Hello, today we're going to disassemble this HP laptop. The exact model of the laptop is DV7-1245dx. The problem with this laptop it's got bad CPU, so I have to replace the CPU. And since I gotta disassemble the whole laptop, I decided to make a video. Basically, you can use the video for replacing the CPU, cleaning the laptop, basically for everything. So let's start. First, of course, we're gonna remove the battery. I like to take all the screws down at one time, so we're gonna do the same here. Just remove all the screws. Like this. Next is the optical drive. We're gonna remove the hard drive. Like this. Now we're gonna disconnect the Wi-Fi cables because we have to remove the Wi-Fi also. Now we're gonna remove all the screws on the back. The ones that are visible, they are usually longer. The inside ones, which are under the hard drive, the ones that are holding the keyboard, they're quite shorter, but by every screw hole there is a sign, so you can't make a put a different screw, so don't worry. Now we're gonna remove the rest of the screws. They're holding the palm rest plastic. You can see they're quite shorter. There is 3 screws under the optical drive, also we have to remove them. This laptop is not very easy to be disassembled, but once you get used to it. Now we have to remove the, I think, 5 screws under the battery. They are the same size like the ones under the optical drive, so there is one screw here which is holding the keyboard. We'll remove it also. Like this. Now let's have a look. Did we remove everything? Yeah. Well, now we're gonna flip the laptop around. The first thing, we have to take down the cover with the power button and the touch buttons. Basically, just start peeling it off. Find some place where you can stick something sharp, but be careful because there's cables which are for the buttons, like this. Yeah, it was not connected, I think, because there were not lights on it. Now we're gonna remove the keyboard. It's held by 4 screws. Lift it gently and just disconnect the cable. Now, since we already disconnect the Wi-Fi, we just have to take out the cables because we're gonna remove the speakers also, and the cable for the Wi-Fi is passing above the speaker. Let's remove the speaker first. There is 3 screws which are holding the speaker. Just lift it and push it backwards. It's much easier to disconnect it. Now we have to take down the display. First, of course, we're gonna disconnect the cable. Be very gentle with the cable here because it's very fragile, especially on the old laptops. The plastic becomes very fragile and you can easily break something like this. Now the display is held by 4 screws. One here is different, probably someone already opened it, or it's like that, I don't know. Now just lift the display and it should come off. There is one screw more here. Sorry, I didn't see that. There is one on the other side also. I don't see because of the camera. Just lift the display like this and leave it on the side. Now we have 3 screws here under the display. We have screw here, one here, and the rest are here, the white ones. So we'll start removing them. These ones under the hinges, they're a little shorter, black ones. So that's how you're gonna make the difference. The rest here are all white, so it's easier to remember that way. Now this thing here should come off, I think. Let's see. Just use something sharp and lift it like that. No, it comes with the whole plastic. So we're gonna continue removing the screws. Actually, I haven't opened that particular model till now, so basically I'm also learning on the way. All the places where there should be screws, they have markings, so it's easier to be remembered and not to put the screw on the wrong place. Now the only thing we gotta disconnect here, I think, is the touchpad cable. Just unlock it and remove the cable. Now start lifting the plastic from the front side to the back. We forgot to remove the remote control. Now let's see what else we forgot here. Nothing. Okay. Just use something sharp. Like that. And remove the palm rest plastic. Now we have to disconnect a few cables here. We don't need to disconnect the fan cable because it will come with the whole board. We have to disconnect the cables here for the right side USBs and for the front audio jacks. Basically just slide them backwards. Those are also very fragile connectors, so be careful when you remove them, especially when you plug them back. You have to put them straight away, otherwise you're gonna bend the pins, and the pins are very small. We're gonna disconnect also the modem cable like that. Now there's a few screws here. One is this one. Yeah, they all have a white triangle, so you don't need to remove all the screws. Some of them are holding these connectors. One here and one here, I think. Also, we have to disconnect the power plug cable like this. Now just the fan is separate, so we're gonna remove the cable. Just lift the board up like that. We forgot to the battery. Okay, we forgot to unplug the BIOS battery, which is stuck here on that plastic. Let me find something to put this on. Now the only thing you gotta do is remove the 4 screws which are holding the CPU. Like that. And we're gonna take down the CPU. Just let me find the screwdriver. Just unlock it like that and lift it up. that is basically the procedure. It's not very easy to be open, but once you get used to it, it's not very hard. Now you can change the thermal paste, you can clean the laptop. After that you can reassemble it on the reverse. Basically that's the whole procedure. I hope you like it. Like and subscribe for the channel if you do. Bye bye for now.